Welcome back to the Outdoor Sports Club channel. I'm Jake, and I saw a video today about 0% interest on cars specifically, and whether that was a scam or not. And I guess this video I was watching was a response to another guy and another video saying that it was a scam, and that car dealerships would, if you wanted 0% interest, they would jack up the MSRP to make their money back or whatever. The money that they would be losing on the financing, the interest, the usury of that note. In this video that I was watching, he basically said it's not a scam, and and that it's the same amount either way. And then he kind of, I didn't watch the whole video because to be honest, I like this guy, I like his videos, but I kind of grew tired of it because he was saying some stuff that wasn't really related, I don't think, and and the point to my video is that it depends. I don't think it's a scam. In fact, I've never seen it as a scam, but there are times when it's not beneficial to do 0% interest. So and so that's the thesis of this video is sometimes you're better off doing 0% and sometimes you're not, right? So so I'm not saying it's a scam, but sometimes you shouldn't do it. So according to what I saw in his video, I would say both guys are wrong. But many of the things, or one of the things that he said numerous times in this video saying it wasn't a scam, was that you're trying to get that payment as low as possible. And you're trying to get that interest rate as low as possible so you can get your payment as low as possible, assuming that the principal balance is going to be the same either way. Then obviously 0% is going to be a cheaper payment and less total money than 1% or 2% or 3% or whatever. So that's what he kept saying, and that's true, but that's not the most important thing on a loan. And I've said this in another video. You need to make sure you can make the monthly payment, that it's not going to get in the way of you saving money or paying your other bills or whatever. And you need to be trying to get to a point where you're not spending all of your disposable income on bills and things that you want. You also need to be spending a lot of it on savings. But yes, you need to care about the interest rate and you need to care about that monthly payment. But you need to care more about if the total purchase is a good decision or a bad decision, and that gets more difficult. There's a lot of variables involved, and that's what I want to explain as it relates to 0% interest or not. So a lot of people, they see 0% interest and they're like, oh sweet, that's amazing. The first vehicle I bought was a brand new Chevy Silverado, and it was 0% interest, and I loved it because I didn't have to worry about paying it off early. I didn't have to worry about the amount of money that I was paying in total, because the way my brain was thinking about it, and I'm even back then when I was younger, I feel like I was fairly smart financially speaking. I wasn't thinking about what the vehicle was really worth. I wasn't thinking about how much I was going to be paying. I was just thinking like, wow, this is free money. It's not free money. It's not free. Technically, I borrowed $23,000. And I didn't have to pay anything back on it, but GMAC didn't care because they made the money on the vehicle. So that's the first point I want to make here is they make the money on the vehicle, and if they can make some extra money on interest, then that's fine. They're cool with it, but if they can get you to come in and buy the vehicle, they'll make some money on the vehicle, and they'll make money on the service and all that kind of stuff. So that's an easy concept. That's not that hard, and in this video that I was watching, he didn't miss that. He specifically said that they make some amount of money on the vehicle. So we'll just move on to the second point, and that is that even though 0% interest sometimes is a good thing, it certainly seems like a good thing because it can help get your monthly payment down a little bit. It can also be, you can actually spend more money on a 0% interest loan at times than you would if you got whatever the interest rate is. So for this example, I'm going to use a vehicle that my wife and I just bought. Now, this wasn't my idea necessarily. We compromised a little bit. But she hit a deer with her Camry, smashed it up pretty good. And it was going to be pretty expensive to fix, even though the car still runs good. It was going to take a lot of money to get it fixed. So we decided to go buy. She's wanted a Toyota Highlander for a while, so we went and bought a new Toyota Highlander. And the price of this, I'll throw some charts up here because you guys know how much I like Excel charts. But the price of this Camry, or this Highlander, the price they gave us was $31,500. It's like the lowest trim package they've got. So it's $31,500 for this Toyota Highlander, and if we wanted 0% interest, it was $34,500. If we didn't take the 0% interest, they would give us a $3,000 instant rebate on it. So that's what some dealerships do, and that's not a scam. That's just saying, like, look, you can have 0% interest if you want, but you know, that's not an on every car deal. We can give you an instant cash rebate if you'd rather. So in that particular case, I can't remember what their rate was. And of course, they had a 48-month rate and a 60-month rate and a 72-month rate. And I'll say it again here. If I were you, if I could give some advice, never go with 72 months. If you can't afford it in 60 months or less, you can't afford it. And you should try your best to afford cars in shorter amounts of time. Like 36 months or less would be ideal. So anyway, I think their rate was like 375, or one of them might have been 399 or something like that. So, but I calculated at 375 at 60 months, it was sort of negligible. At 31.5 and that rate, you'd be paying about the same amount as the 34.5 with 0% interest over the course of the loan. So it was sort of a wash. You actually paid, the way I calculated it, you paid a little bit more with the interest rate than with the 0% interest, but it was like $90. You'll see on the chart. We were actually pre-approved through a different company for more than we needed at $299. At the $299 rate, we're saving a substantial amount of money. So in this case, the 0% interest was about the same, both of the options. And of course, they're going to make their money one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. But Toyota ran the numbers and they had it worked out to where it was about the same. It's your job to run the numbers to see what works best for you. And that's the big point that I want to make here. I can't tell you if 0% interest is the best deal or not. It depends on all of the other terms and all of the other options. And you as a consumer need to be able to calculate this stuff. You don't have to get it exact, but just understand how it works, understand how the interest works and how the term works and all that kind of stuff, so that you can figure out how much total you're paying over the life of the loan to try to see if it's a good deal or not. And that's all my point is. 0% interest isn't a scam. It's also not necessarily going to save you any money. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Happy holidays.